प्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टकी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु। Readings from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Purana, Canto 4, titled The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter number 5, Frustration of the Sacrifice of Daksha. We shall be trying to understand some instructions and applications from the text number 6, 7, and 8. Chapter number, text number 6. Anviyamana sutu rudra parsadhir. Anviyamana satu rudra parsadeir. Risham nadhadbhir vyanadhat subhairavam. Vrisham nadhadbhir vyanadhat suhairavam. Udamya sulam jagat antakantakam. Udamya sulam jagat antakantakam. Sampradravad goshena bhushanagrihi. Sampradravad goshana bhushanagrihi. Translation and purports by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Many other soldiers of Lord Shiva followed the fierce personality in a tumultuous uproar. He carried a great trident, fearful enough to kill even death, and on his legs he wore bangles which seemed to roar. Text number 7. Atharth vijito yajamana sadasyaha. Athatvijo yajamana sadasyaha. Kakubhi udityam pasamikshyat renum. Kakubhi udityam prasamikshya renum. Tamakim yetat putat edat rajo abhot. Tamakim yetat putat edat rajo abhot. Iti dvija patyascha dhadyuhu. Iti dvija patnyascha dadyuhu. Translation. At that time, all the persons assembled in the sacrificial arena, the priest, the chief of the sacrificial performance, and the brahmanas and their wives wondered where the darkness was coming from. Later, they could understand that it was a dust storm, and all of them were full of anxiety. Text number 8. Vatanavanti nahi shanti dasyavaha. Vatanavanti nahi shanti dasyavaha. Prachina barhir jivati hogradandaha. Prachina barhir jivati boha dandaha. Gavona kalyanta idam kuto rajo Gavo na kalyanta idam kuto rajo lokho adhuna kim pralaya kalpate. Lokho adhuna kim pralaya ya kalpate. Translation and purport. Conjecturing on the origin of the storm, they said, there is no wind blowing and no cows are passing, nor is it possible that this dust storm could be raised by plunderers, for there is still the strong king Barhi, who would punish them. Where is this dust storm blowing from? Is the dissolution of the planet now occur? Purport. Specifically significant in this verse is Pachina Barhir Jivati. The king of that part of the land was known as Barhi. And although he was old, he was still living and he was very strong ruler. Thus, there was no possibility of an invasion by thieves and plunderers. Indirectly, it is stated that the thieves, plunderers, rogues, and unwanted population can exist only in a state of kingdom where there is no strong ruler. When, in the name of justice, thieves are allowed liberty, the state and kingdom are disturbed by such plunderers and unwanted population. The dust storm created by the soldiers and assistants of Lord Shiva resembled that situation at the time of the dissolution of the world. When there is a need for the dissolution of the material creation, this function is conducted by Lord Shiva. Therefore, the situation now created by him resembled the dissolution of the cosmic manifestation. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunamritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahabhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dutati Supadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padagamanam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagargatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satpaidam Savrutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lita Shri Vishakavitam Sahe Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanagate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Padita Nampavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Prasthaya Budre Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirviseshunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Wow, Vishnu Padaya Prasthaya Budre Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namne Acharya Padaya Vidhayati Padaya Gaura Nandaya Mukam Karoti Vachalam Angu Angaya Degri Kripada Mahamaya Shri Guru Jinataryam Paramananda Madhav Shri Chaitanya Vishwa Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So in this chapter, Maitreya Muni is explaining to Vidura the incidents that have happened at the place where Daksha, one of the progenitors of the mankind, was performing a massive yajna. And for that yajna, Lord Shiva and his families were not invited. You see, this kind of a discrepancy, friend and enemy kind of a mindset and attitude is here depicted. Status, high level, low level status. So many things have been, unfolded here in front of us in this wonderful Bhagavad Purana. And we studied in the previous two chapters as well as in the previous text, like how, the wife of Lord Shiva, Shati, she, in the pursuit of bringing peace between her husband and her father, Daksha, and Lord Shiva, all her attempts were failed. And not only that, she was also ill-treated. And in front of her, her husband is also being defamed and berated. So that culminated into Mother Sati to end her life. Actually, Mother Sati is who is that? She is none other than Lord Sri Krishna's Chaya, in other words, shadow. In fact, if she wanted, she could have immediately killed Daksha for offending Lord Shiva, but she didn't do that. Because this is actually a big plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Because in this chapter, we are seeing when Prajapati Daksha, after insulting Sati Mata and Lord Shiva, not only that, as well as he ordered Daksha's soldiers, what happened? They were all, Lord Shiva's soldiers. In other words, those who accompanied Mother Sati, they were all driven away, chased away by the demigods who were created by Bhrigu Muni. They were called Ribhu Devatas. So all these things were narrated to Lord Shiva by the great wanderer Narada Muni. And we could see in the text 2, 3, and 4 how Lord Shiva became completely agitated and extremely angry because of what happened to his wife, his chaste wife, and the offense committed by Daksha. Then we have read in the previous text how he created a black demon just from one of his hairs. So here in the text number 6, we are seeing this very powerful demon is now hastening and running towards that Yajna arena to vanquish all of Daksha's, party, his soldiers and entire thing. So this scenario, if we discuss such a kind of a scene with those who do not have a proper understanding about the creation, the creator, and the subordinate living beings, as well as the various energies of the Lord. If anyone do not have a sufficient knowledge, for them they will be easily carried away, saying that, oh, that means even gods have all kinds of, such kind of issues. They are also having, issues of egoism. All those kind of comments will start coming. But we must understand that special merciful souls like Brahmaji, Lord Shiva, Sati Devi, Daksha, and even Bhrigu Muni, all are devotees of the Supreme Lord. And they are performing these activities to fulfill the orders of the Supreme Lord. Like, in the Sandhya Vandana prayers, which is there in the Yajur Veda, we chant the names of the progenitors, Prajapatis. Angira, Dati, Bhrigu, there Bhrigu comes. Gautama, Maharishi, Kashyapa, Kuru, Svashishta, all of these things we will chant. So Brihumuni is one of the progenitors also. So which means he is carrying out the orders of the Supreme Lord. That's why he has to, create a special kind of demigods who are called as Ribhu demigods to chase away the army which came along with Mother Parvati. Brihu, actually, he is also called as Manasa Putra of Brahmaji. We have most probably discussed about this in the past. And Brihu Muni, he has given a very wonderful Samhita also, which is called Brihu Samhita, which contains the astrological, readings and the astrological mathematics. Jyotish, we call it Jyotisha. Jyotisha classic. So that has been given by Brihu. So Brihu Muni also is not a very ordinary person. He has married the daughter of Kardama Muni. So that's not that shows how powerful and highly placed was Brihu Muni. One of Brihu Muni's descendants was Jamadagni. And Jamadagni, he is actually the father of one of the incarnations of the Supreme Lord, Parashurama. So in this lineage, Brihu Muni is a very highly placed personality. Now, actually, all this that is happening here and the arena in the palace of Daksha, wherein Daksha wanted to wanted to conduct this sacrifice to please the Lord. There again, his whole idea is to perform a sacrifice to please the demigods, to please the Supreme Lord, and to supreme his father, Brahmaji. All these things he's doing perfectly, but what has happened? One mistake he did. He neglected the topmost Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Yasasambhuhu. Why he did that? Because he is in the material world. We have to very clearly understand, though they are playing various different types of roles, they are all still in the material world. In the next two chapters, when you continue reading in the same canto, in the 7th chapter, when all this, Halla Walla is all getting over, then how finally again, Daksha will continue his yajna, and then how Brahma pacifies Lord Shiva, all those things will come in the later chapters. But there in the 7th chapter of this 4th canto, Brihu, he is praying to Lord Vishnu. He's saying, Brihu Vacha, he's saying, Yan Mayaya Ghanaya Aprahatma Bodha Brahmadaya Statra Bhritas Tamasi Swapantah Natman Sritam Tava Vidanti Aduna Pitatvam. So he's saying there very wonderfully, my dear Lord Vishnu, all living entities beginning from the highest, namely Lord Brahma, down to the ordinary ant. Very often this sloka is quoted by Srila Prabhupada. Beginning from Lord Brahma down to the ordinary ant, all under the influence of the insurmountable spell of illusory energy. And thus they are ignorant of their constitutional position. See how wonderfully same Brihu, who is the chief priest conducting the yajna for Daksha, he is saying this, that everyone starting from Brahma. The reason why he is saying that starting from Brahma, because from Brahma came Lord Shiva. So that means he is also under illusion. And from Brahma came the Daksha. So he is also under illusion. So everyone believes in the concept of the body and all the and are all thus what happens? Submerged in the darkness of illusion. They are actually unable to understand how you live in every living entity as the super soul, nor can they understand your absolute position. Why? Because everyone has identified, falsely identified with the body. But you are the eternal friend and protector of all surrendered souls. Therefore, please be kind towards everyone, kind towards us, and forgive all of our offenses. This is the prayer given by Brihumuni. And this should be the mood of every individual human in this world. If not, at least every individual endeavoring devotees. Kindly forgive our offenses. Here, Brihu is praying like this. Now the offenses done by Taksha, and then Vaisavas, Lord Shiva getting angry, and he is again going and killing. His army is killing. So all lot of, one action leads to another action to another action. So it's a chain reactions are happening one after another. But all these are all happening just because one fails to understand that in everyone's heart there is an Atma and there is a supreme soul, super soul, Paramatma is sitting down there witnessing everything. Yeah. So the important point here is, though Lord Shiva created a black demon from one of his hair, and they are so powerful, they can destroy even death. That's what is being mentioned here. But still, all these things are all completely planned and performed by the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. For us to understand that at no point of time get entangled into this material, modes of nature. Like in the 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is titled as the divine and demoniac qualities. That's the title of 16th chapter. There, Lord Sri Krishna, he is describing all the 26 qualities of the divine qualities of devatas, and then later on he's continuing almost 3/4 of the entire chapter about the various qualities of the demons. And in that, in the 4th sloka, he will start with Dhambo, Dharba. First thing is Dhambo, pride. I am so and so, I am so big, I am so. That's what this material, infection gives to everyone. So that is what is the problem here. The demoniac nature, and then there, the Prabhupada mentions in the purport, he's saying, the demoniac nature and the tamasic mode, it starts attacking even when the child is in the womb of the mother. Because he has carried so much of tamasic guna from his previous lifetime. So one has to be very, very careful what sort of a life we are living in this present moment. Very important. If we do not develop our consciousness and try to change or transform our mode from ignorance to passion to sattvic level, if we don't transform to the sattvic level, then it is very dangerous. Because the mode of passion and mode of ignorance we will carry into our next birth. Prabhupada is very nicely mentioning, because that is being developed even when the child is in the womb of the mother. Then what to say when he comes out, then it grows more and more into the gross ignorance and gross passion. That's what it happened. Once Prabhupada, when he was giving a lecture in USA, he was saying, they were passing by a beach, and in the beach they saw quite a few dogs were jumping, and playing. And Prabhupada laughing and said that, okay. He was saying, just like these dogs, the dogs, they feel they're all free, they can run around, they can jump and then smell and then move around everywhere as they like. That is what is their status of mind, at least as long as they're in the beach. But they fail to understand, though they are jumping and running here and there, the moment when they hear the whistle sound of their master, immediately they go and then they surrender. And immediately on their neck, there is a chain is being attached. Oh, now you just do what I say. You see? So all those kind of the freedom or the independence, what you think, it's all illusory. It's not real. Basically, the dog is under the control of the master, and it has to take the dictations from the master. Similarly, in this material world, everybody who have taken the body have to take the instructions of the material nature, which is also called as Prakriti. But what happened, like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. I am the person doing everything. I am the great person. I can do, so I don't care. Here Daksha, in the similar position, I don't care who is Lord Shiva. And he even berided him, saying that he is the person who is living in those abominable locations. And his garland is made of skulls and bones. So that's how he described about it. But all these things is because Ahankara Vimudatma. We are all completely bewildered. You know. So we have to be very careful. We have to be no one has got any independence. We do not have full independence. We are all dependent on somebody else. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has described the constitutional position, because once what happened in a conversation, Sanatana Goswami, when he was in discussion with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was asking Chaitanya, he was requesting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please explain me what is the constitutional position of the soul. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes in detail to explain this. And that is called the intelligence, that is a fact. Devihi esha gunamayi mamamaya duratyaya mam evaye prapatyante mayam etam tarandite. In Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Bhagavan is saying, Devihi esha gunamayi mamamaya duratyaya. My energy, he's saying, this is the divine energy of mine. That's how Krishna is addressing. Devihi esha gunamayi. The divine energy of mine, consisting of 3 modes of material nature, is extremely difficult to overcome. That is point number 1. The next point, what he is saying, Mam eva ye prapatyande maya meva. But if someone or those who have surrendered unto the Lord Krishna, they can cross over this material world very easily and go beyond it also. So, the fact is we are under the control of the material nature, Prakriti. This is one thing is for sure. And when we are under the control of the material nature, then what we see is only an illusion. Like, somebody is calling us fool, somebody is trying to put us down, or somebody is trying to pull a fight with us. All these things are happening with a body that is made of, five gross elements and 3 subtle elements, and then all the other, 24 material elements, they are all acting upon them. And what happens? One set of the elements is having a kind of a collision or irritation or rubbing against each other. That's all. And at one time, they all will fall down. Whereas that person inside these set of materials, these set of elements, he does not have any impact of whatever is happening to the external body. They are still aloof. They have no impact of whatever is happening. So once someone understands this science of who are we and who is this body and what is my real identity, then he will be able to go from the control of material nature and he will transfer his position as controlled by the Supreme Lord. That is the best way. You just get transferred from the control of material nature to the control of the Supreme Lord. Very simple. When we do that, we will come out of this unnecessary clash of ego, unnecessary dependence on this material world. See, sometimes, People say, oh, there is no God. Why? There is all, rubbish. People are imagining as God or show me God. So many dialogues we can hear. But unfortunately, they don't understand even to see, for example, a microorganism. You cannot see with your, physical eyes, material eyes. You need a special equipment, like, for example, microscope. Or you want to see something which is at a distance, like in a mountain or in a forest. People carry the binoculars and then they watch. Yes or no? So even for material things, you need additional devices and equipment and assistance. And we want to see God. How it is possible? Krishna has mentioned that also in Bhagavad Gita. You cannot see with this material eyes. He mentions that in chapter 10. Sorry, in chapter 11. So Krishna is giving special vision for Arjuna to see the Virat Rupa of Krishna. Otherwise, it's not possible. It's very, very difficult. But then, how do we realize that what we are living here, who are we, and what is our relationship with the Supreme Lord? All these things, how and when we will get reminded? The moment when we get connected with Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the only way how we can get reminded. Bhagavatam, we have read it. I mean, you all would have read it in the past classes. In the third canto of Bhagavatam, there is a nice sloka comes in the 26th chapter. Evam prabhadiyantena kartitvam prakare puman karmashu kriyamaneshu guneratmani manyate. That sloka very wonderfully giving us the information. Because of his forgetfulness, the transcendental living entity accepts the influence of material energy as his field of activities, and thus actuated, he wrongly applies the activities to himself. You see how wonderfully the sloka is. Because of our forgetfulness only, what happens? We are accepting this material energy as the field of activity. This is the only Shashvatam thing. Everything else is not true. That's how we are forced to think. And then what happens? We put all our strength, our energy, our time, everything we wrongly apply in the activities related to this material. So this is how a complete set of situation has been shown here in the case of Daksha and his performance, the passing away of Mother Sati and Lord Shiva. He is getting angry and all those actions that have been ensuing with that. Just because of the forgetfulness of who we are, our original position. We forget. Aham ameti, I, me and mine. And I think I am free. I am the master. I can do anything, whatever I like. This is called Maya. Prabhupada says this is called Maya. Why? Because we are always under the attack of the three modes of material. Traibir gunamayir bhaver yebhi sarvam idam jagat mohitam nabhijanati mam yebhyah param avyayam. Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter. There Bhagavan is telling, deluded by the three modes. What are they? Goodness, passion and ignorance. Deluded by the three modes. The whole world does not know me. Whom, what he's saying, I am above the modes and inexhaustible, but the whole world does not know me. While in the 4th chapter itself, Krishna said that my birth, my activities, they are all divyam. Janma karma chame divyam. Divyam means above three modes of material. There is no contamination of three modes nature. He very clearly declared, but still people do not like to take it. They don't understand. They are not prepared to take that. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. The one who understands this, he does not have to take a birth again. Now, we have talked so much now. So do you mean to say that Lord Shiva does not know this philosophy? Daksha does not know this philosophy? Brihu does not know this philosophy? Or Brahmaji does not know this philosophy? They all know, because they have received all these instructions. Brahma received the instructions directly from the Supreme Lord Krishna. So we cannot say that he does not know, but he is manifesting all these leelas in order to educate the fallen conditioned souls like us. Because there are two types. Whenever you go, you buy certain product, there will be a catalog. And in that catalog, in the last few pages, they will put do's and don'ts. They will say that what is to be done with this product and what is to be not done within this product. Even you buy a small mobile phone or a calculator or a television or whatever product you buy, there will be do's and don'ts. Do not immerse in water. Do not open this when you are plugged onto the live wire. So all of those things will be there. If you do that, then you are responsible for all the repercussions and all the reactions. You are responsible. So Krishna, he has given us enough of instructions, enough of moral learnings from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. If you behave like this, if you have such kind of an attitude, then this will be the result. So better be careful. So he has given do's and don'ts. Like, in the 7th canto, there's another very nice sloka where, persons who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying this material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader or guru a similar blind man. They are using this very nice. What happens when we are so much attached to enjoying? Then we will accept a person who is blind. So a blind man leading another blind people. Here blind means, what is the meaning behind the blind? Blind means we are completely oblivion of the truth. Oblivion of the understanding that we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. Otherwise, when a blind man means, they think that they are so much attached to sense objects because we think that we are the body and we want to enjoy. So such people cannot understand their real position. They will not be able to return back home, back to God. Rather, they will be rotating amongst the 8,400,000 species of life. As a blind man, guided by another blind man, misses the right path. And what happens? They fall into the ditch. This is the sloka which is coming in Bhagavatam. I'm not saying. This is the sloka coming in Bhagavatam. So we should not be following a blind person who is leading us to material benefits, who is leading to sense enjoyment. We have to be more intelligent. Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya vidakshantite jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So we have to go to such a person who have understood tattvadarshi, the one who have seen the truth, and he will be able to give us and deliver the same truth without a tinge of contamination. Otherwise, what happens? We will be gone. We will be going to a person who is already bound by ropes of fruitive labor, by modes of enjoyment, and this and that. And what he will try to do, he is already bound by so many desires. He cannot release you. So we have to be very, very careful. Extremely careful. In fact, all these material nature, they are only an agent. This material modes, material nature, they are only agents. The real, actually, conductor of the whole thing is Krishna. So these are all his agents. So we cannot fight with the agents of Krishna. We cannot fight. All we can do is very humbly, very meekly, we should surrender to Krishna and beg for his mercy. Please, somehow, save us from this material. Okay, Krishna has said that, no? Maya dekshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. This he's telling in 9th chapter, no? Very clearly he said that the whole cosmic manifestation, they are under my control. I am not under their control. So we have to approach to that person who is not influenced by the three modes of material nature. And that is being shown only by a authorized spiritual master who comes in the parampara. He only can show us the way. Otherwise, nobody can show. Because see here, mother nature, material nature, in other words, Sati Mata or Durga Devi, Brahma Samhita, what is he saying? Brahma Samhita very clearly saying, Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vipatti Durga. She is actually, Durga is the, Chaya means is the shadow of Krishna. So, Krishna or Krishna's shadow, both are very powerful. So we have to go to the original who is Krishna, not to the shadow. Let us somehow capture the original, not the shadow. There's one very nice, quote what Prabhupada always gives from Prema Vivarta. Pisacha paileyena mati chinna haya maya grasta jive rasadasha upajaya. What does that mean? Pisacha means ghost. Ghost, when someone, we say that no, he is afflicted with ghost or he's been overpowered by ghost, some pisacha. What happens? That man can suddenly speak different kind of a language. There have been some instances like that. Scientifically, they have found out. Ordinarily, he will not even know other languages. But then, once somebody is influenced by a ghost, then he will be speaking different kind of a language, completely unrelated. Maya grasta, pisachi paile yena, mati brita haya. So similarly, under the spell of Maya, when this ghost, they capture you, they influence you, then we defy everything, we lose our original identity. Then we started thinking, where is God? Can you show me God? All nonsense. This language will be different. When you talk about language, means his language will be all atheistic language. It's not a normal language. He'll be doing all sorts of, funny questions like that. So, to make people understand, Krishna teaches in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita again, he's saying, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasi shuryayo. For easy understanding, Baba, every day you are drinking water. Who is giving you the taste of water? I am the taste in water. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. Every day morning you get up and you come out, open the window, you are seeing the sunlight. I am the sunlight. Every day night before you go to the bed, you see the moonlight. That is also me. Prabhasmi sasi shuryayo. So these are all easy way of understanding the presence of Krishna. So God is teaching us. You can see me in this way. Everywhere you can see me. There is no place in this entire creation that I am not there. But somehow you are adamant not to accept the teachings what I am given in the Bhagavad Gita and in Bhagavatam. Then we fall into the trap of the three modes of material nature, and we end up in a situation where here Daksha and Lord Shiva are ended. Om Tat Sat. Let us conclude at this time. It's already 10 o'clock here in India.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. As usual, so wonderful.
Anyone has got any comments or any questions? Couple of questions maybe, if it is possible, we can take them.
Prabhuji, this Bhrigumuni definitely is a demigod, but you said that these are all drama by the Lord. But as a sadhaka or a neophyte, how should we understand? Demons and demons when they interact, we know that the demonic nature will come from demons and the divinely nature will come from the demigods. But though they are demigods, why they behave like this, and what should for us to take on this?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, the divine qualities does not come from the demigods, or the demoniac qualities does not come from the demons. Both these are coming from Krishna. In one of the statements, we understand the front side of Krishna, they emanate the divine qualities, and the back side of Krishna, they emanate the demoniac qualities.
Correct.
Okay. So this is all coming from Krishna. Now, why Krishna is giving all these kind of a different characteristics or different qualities into different living beings? Because we as individual souls, what happened? We Krishna bhuliya bhoja vancha kare. You remember the sloka, right?
Yeah.
What happened? We forgot Krishna and we wanted to be the enjoyers. So Krishna has to create this material world and send us here in different types of bodies. Now, Krishna has to make a full system, no, when he wants to create, so that we all will somehow recollect, oh no, this is not the place I want to live in. I have to go to a place where I am going to be out of these qualities, where these kind of demoniac and divine qualities should not be there. I should be in the mode of pure Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. So I want to go back. That was my original position. So in order to help us revive our original consciousness and our desire to go back from back to Godhead, Krishna is creating all this situation so that we will see, oh, this is a big problem. I'm not really keen on to this, because I can see even in the demigods level or in the higher planetary also, there is a fight between demons and devatas. There also there is enmity, there is jealousy, there is immorality. All of those things are being seen here. So one will then force, they will go into the frustrated condition, say, no, I do not want to even go to the Brahma Loka, because there also the same thing is happening. Brahma Bhonor Loka Punaravartino. Again and again I am getting birth and again dying. So no, I do not want to go. So in order for the soul to learn his mistake and then desire strongly to go back to Krishna, he is creating all these things.
Okay.
If it is not there, then we will be very happy. Oh, no, like some people say, no, oh, I like the jail life. No problem. I hear every time, money adicha soru, they call it. So I'm getting everything. So I'm very happy. I don't want to go anywhere else. Let me be in the jail for any number of years. That will be the condition. So we will be in this material world for n number of, janmas. We do not know how long. And one pralaya after pralaya, we will be only here. We'll never go. But Krishna is waiting for us, because he is more interested to bring every soul back to his kingdom.
Right.
Rather more than what we really desire. So that's the reason why he is bringing all these qualities, so that there will be a proper understanding for those genuine souls who wants to go back to Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So in the demigods, in the mode of demons, and when they, that's when we are calling them ribus, no, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Okay. Understand. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, comments? Kavirut Mataji, Visnarayan Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu, there is very less attendance.
No, it's okay. Even if there is one soul, that's very good opportunity for me to
Thank you, bro.
Discuss with Krishna.
I am really many times when the speakers, they take a lot of pain to prepare and come, but then when the attendants are very less, I feel bad. But when we call and ask them, they say I am busy like this. Okay. So Sugar Prabhu also now is engaging so many. Is very tight. But sometimes yesterday he was there, today he didn't come. Thank you, Prabhu. It's already late.
Hare Krishna. Vansha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Nanta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Amacharya
Ratna Governor Prabhu ki jai.
Raj ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, thank you.